All right, we're back with our losers match, or what are we supposed to call this so that we don't call them losers? The lower match, the elimination match. Is that what we're calling it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
elimination match.
Yeah. So one of these players is about to be eliminated from BSL Season 6. I think that would actually be kind of surprising considering that they're both super old school players. Well, I guess Jaeyun is kind of the new kid on the block. It's weird to think of him that way because he's just such a fixture of the scene. But yeah, he is on the verge of being eliminated here. So I don't know what to expect here, but I would still say that at least going by current form, I would maybe side a little bit with Jaeyun, but man, Arew is really tenacious, putting up some really strong fights here today.
Yeah, Arew, really good player. But I feel like Jaeyun's Zerg Protoss is probably his best matchup, so it's going to be difficult for Arew, especially going up against Drone Man himself. Arew, pretty passive in this matchup. You can't let Jaeyun just sit there. He'll have literally 15 hatches. Like, it's just incredible. So I'm looking forward to this matchup and see what both of these players are going to pull out.
Yeah. Okay, so without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get into our next map. Before we do that, I just want to point out the map pool that we are going to have for this series. It is going to be Sylphid, Circuit Breaker, and Benzene. So we're actually going to get a new map in here. It's not just going to be the same three with Eddie in there. So we're getting rid of Eddie and getting Benzene here as our third map. But we might not even get to that third map, so I don't know what to expect totally. But starting off on Sylphid, it's going to be kind of a new way to watch a matchup we haven't seen yet this season, PVZ, which, like you said earlier, Nyokin should maybe favor Jaeyun. So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and get into game one of our losers match between Jaeyun and Arew.
All right, in the bottom right, we got the North American Hope. It is Jaeyun.
That's right, and in the, I guess, 12 o'clock location is our red Protoss player, Arew. Okay, yeah, I think last season of BSL, it was Tai2, who was the North American hope in the playoff bracket in the finals. Now maybe Jaeyun can pick up some slack, and we'll see how he does in the tournament so far. But hey, being down in the lower bracket is a little bit rough. So we'll see how he does in what you were saying is maybe one of his stronger matchups. What do you think makes this such a good matchup for Jaeyun? Is it just good build orders, or the fact that a lot of Protosses will kind of let him play that passive hatchery man style?
I think it's a combination of both. He's really good at stopping that 7 or 7:30 timing from Protoss. Also, he can macro really well. He's got really good screen switching, really good. He puts all his hatcheries right next to each other so he can macro them very easily. So I think it's a combination of things. And I'm looking at Arew's build based on where the pylon is and how fast he's scouting. It's definitely going to be a forge, so it's not going to be an aggressive build from Arew. And I think really when you're facing someone like Jaeyun, you don't want to let him get into his comfort zone, at least not in Zergverse Protoss.
Okay, well, some discussions there about turn rate for a second, but let's get into the build orders. At least is going to be that what was that 11 hatch from Jaeyun?
It looks like it is an 11 hatch. This is a little faster than a 12 hatch. I can't remember the exact reason why they go for this as opposed to a 12 hatch, but he is not building any excess drones. He is respecting the fact that Arew could go for a gateway, a pressure build, but in response to Arew scouting so fast, he sees this spawning pool and hatchery going up, and he cancels the forge even to get that nexus out.
Yeah, I saw that cancel. I'm like, wow, he is. And he does it in the face of the Overlord. That's just saying, like, wait a second, you are not going to have anything that I am scared of for a while. So kind of cool. I don't see a lot of players go for the cancel on that Forge, now rebuilding it. So taking the hit just to throw up the Nexus a little bit faster. But yeah, it is kind of interesting because it was 11 hatch 9, or it was 11 hatch 10 pool without any drones in production. So Jaeyun is taking an earlier route to what I guess you would normally expect to see as like a 12 hatch pool um, in most situations.
Yeah, so Jaeyun going for a pretty standard build here. I feel like this hatchery is a little late. Maybe that's because of the 11 hatch as opposed to a 12 hatch. But the gas timing is the 230 timing. Everything standard so far. I want to point out that this is Sylphid. There is that little gap for Arew on the right side of his gateway. If you look at that tiny path, not sure if
Oh
even
yeah.
one zealot can block it. And because of that, Jaeyun may go for some type of bust, maybe Hydra bust or just straight up pure Lings. Now, Arew's Probe Scout, this is very critical. This is the most critical part of the game for Protoss. This Probe Scout must stay alive as long as possible to ensure that there's no possible Ling all-in, and it's getting already low.
Whoa, wow, that drone actually got a shot off on it as it was running around. It has about 1 or 2 more hits left, but it's staying alive. I mean, this is basically the hallmark of top Protoss plays is how long can you keep your probe alive for. This one's going to die at right around 330, 345, and that means he's not going to see anything that's coming up next, including exactly like you said in our first series. This is that third hatchery immediately.
As soon as I saw that lair get built and the probe die, I knew this was going to happen. So we have a canceled lair into 3-hatch Hydra. Now, I think Arew has gotten this probe out, and Jaeyun may have not seen it. He's moving his Lings like he has.
He's looking.
But this is like what Sulky just pulled out versus Tyson in ASL. Sulky have lit the lair complete, but this time, no completion for Jaeyun. He's going for a 3-hatch Hydra bust. This must deal at
look
least
at that probe.
critical damage. Yeah, he's trying to get in here, but the Lings are going to catch it. Well, he's gotten by. Where are the other 2 Lings? Okay, they're smartly back at the main, making sure that nothing can get in there, but the probe is coming in here. I think that the drone count at the natural looks pretty normal, so I don't think he suspects anything.
So he's going to see the Ling block there, and that should maybe, it's not going to tell him anything, but it's going to say, well, he really, really doesn't want to get scouted. And the probe is going to get out, so maybe he's going to head to the third base and see what's up there. But even still, that's remarkably little information for Arew to get. If you look on the other side, he's going to try to go for something like Sair DT, and I don't know if that's really what you need when there's a bunch of Hydras coming in your face.
Yes, so Jaeyun is building a Hydra at his natural. If this probe could somehow get in and just poke the hatch and see this popping Hydra, that may trigger him to build cannons. But as played, he's not going to see it. And Jaeyun, he's got speed almost done. These Hydras are going to get to his natural so quickly. The gateways aren't even done for Arew. This is a very... Oh, the probe. He must get into the nat right now.
Oh, he's going to the third. Yeah, he might see the Hydras pop from the third.
Yeah.
He stopped the probe!
Okay, is he gonna see it?
Crazy.
Oh, he might see it now. He sees it now, but he needs cannons ASAP. Okay, instantly puts down 1, but he needs to put down 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, there's a second one. Who cares if the probe gets in? It's go time. Speed is done. We're looking for a range. It's about halfway done right now, and the Hydras are moving. Let's see how many cannons are there. There's 1 built with 4 more on the way.
I think that Arew might have enough. He just supply blocked Jaeyun. That's a critical supply block because now Jaeyun can't reinforce. And there's quite a few Zealots to buffer a lot of the damage coming from the Hydras. I think Arew's going to hold here. Jaeyun's waiting.
Yeah, Jaeyun can't build anything, or at least not until right now. That Zealot is going to get taken down at the front. The probes are pulled. They're dealing damage. Ling's coming through here. This is dealing a little bit of damage, but the Hydras are starting to get pushed back by the Zealots, who are surviving remarkably low HP. There's 1 going down and another one. But the cannon's finished, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, the cannons are finished. We only lost 1 Zealot. So Arew's in a phenomenal position. This attack did nothing, and to be supply block, that dealt an incredible amount of damage to Jaeyun. This is a really nicely held from Arew. He's just in a great position. He's already got his gates up. His Citadel's already up. He's even got speed already. So Jaeyun committing a lot to this attack that failed. Now Arew can put back on the pressure, and Jaeyun really wants to build drones at this point, but he can't because these Zealots are just going to flat out move across the map and kill him.
Yeah, he's also going to protect his overlords from this pesky Corsair that's running around. So if you only have like 1 or 2 Hydras, then that can be a little bit harder than it seems. And now with these Zealots busting out, ooh, this is not a good time to be a Hydra out on the map.
Yeah, and we have, what, 5 Hydras? versus 8 Zealots. There's no sunken. Jaeyun desperately trying to get up some sort of Sim City. But this isn't even enough. He needs like an evolution chamber block. He needs a second sunken. But Arew doesn't even have to attack the natural. He could attack the third. He just needs to find some place that's vulnerable. And that Ser has let him know what area is weak. And he's decided that the natural's the weak point.
No sunkens. Look at the Zealots. They just run right out by with that speed. Their legs getting on top of the creep colony, on top of the drones blocking. And even these Hydras coming up are just not going to do anything. They're just going to pop like hefty bags filled with tomato sauce. There's just nothing left here for Jaeyun to hold on.
Yeah, so I feel like Arew's probably going to take this game pretty soon. There's just an overwhelming amount of Zealots. There's the GG from Jaeyun. So a quick 1-0 going in favor of our Protoss player.
Wow, I mean, that was a big decision to make for Jaeyun, right? To get rid of scouting and say, look, we're going to cancel the spy or the lair and just go for it. But I think the kind of star sense, the spidey senses were tingling there for Arew, and he knew exactly when to get those cannons up in time. They finished, the Hydras didn't do anything, and yeah, he held on and busted out with speed. So really well played there by Arew. Jaeyun kind of going uncharacteristically, kind of hitting that go button with the 3-hatch Hydra, and didn't pay off.
Yeah, definitely uncharacteristic from him. I like the build. I like the idea, but unfortunately just a little too slow. Arew getting everything up in time. But yeah, now at least, even though Jaeyun has lost the game, at least he's now gotten into the mind of Arew, where if Arew thought that Jaeyun's just his passive style, now he's got to kind of be worried about future games. Potentially Jaeyun could pull out the same build.
Yeah, I guess he could. Anytime you show that you're willing to do something like super down and dirty, like DTs or proxies or something like that, you got to respect that for the rest of the series. Because a lot of times people will say, well, he'll never do that twice, and then you just straight up lose. And so nobody wants to be that guy. So yeah, maybe that does cause Arew to play more defensively. But actually, in all of his games, he's played pretty defensively. Kind of remarkable from that Ghost to Dark series. His defensive play almost let him just come back in that final game, but couldn't quite hold on there in the end. So yeah, I really want to see how Jaeyun chooses to play this one. I hope we get a macro game out of the series, but I don't know what to expect. It is on Circuit Breaker, so it's a very big map, and maybe that will mean that we'll get a game that goes a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, looking forward to this, and I'm ready for next game.
Yeah, I am ready as well. So hopefully everybody in chat is ready, and we are going to get into game number 2 on Circuit Breaker.
All right, top right, we've got the NA Zerg. He needs a win here, or he's going to be knocked out. It is Jaeyun.
And his opponent in the upper left in the brown as Protoss is Arew from Lithuania. And I guess they are going to try to play this. One reason, of course, being discussed in chat for the decision to go 3-hatch Hydra play there by Jaeyun is that they are having apparently some latency issues. And obviously with 3-hatch Hydra, you kind of got to build the Hydras and just go across the map. So maybe that was some of his decision making there. Obviously, kind of the same thing goes with speed lots. You build them and then run them across the map. So high decision making going on here.
Yeah, lag could be affecting the build orders, but not really sure what latency they're playing on. But again, Arew, we see the pylon going down. Instant scout from him. This is going to be another Forge expand build. This time, he's going to scout Jaeyun first. And now, instead of having to cancel the Forge, he's probably just going to go straight Nexus, and he's already going to have a great opener because Jaeyun, this is at worst for Arew going to be an overpool, and I think that you can still at least skip the cannon before the Nexus versus an overpool. Not sure, but regardless, he sees the Overlord. Now he knows exactly where Jaeyun is, and Jaeyun's not even going for an overpool. It's going to be another 12 hatch.
Yeah, really good scout there. I love it when players scout for not the base, but an indication of where the base is, like a scouting worker or an overlord. So he's going to get a perfect scout. He's going to, oh, did he see the drone? I think he did see the drone out of the corner of that probe's optical receptacle. I guess it doesn't have eyes, but it didn't catch the drone, so it's not going to block the hatchery. So that's good for Jaeyun. He's going to get down another 11 hatch.
Now this time Arew does have the Forge again. He's confirmed. Uh-oh, is this going to be a cannon rush?
Oh
This looks like a cannon
no.
rush.
He
Oh
wouldn't.
no, the
He
probe went on the
would.
wrong side. He would. This time he's not canceling. Oh, but Jaeyun too smart. Pulls the drone
Yeah.
instantly.
Wait,
Oh
you
no,
gotta
that
get that drone
probe!
back behind there.
That
Oh, he
probe!
does get the cannon down. No
Yeah, but
way.
okay, the thing is with Circuit Breaker is you can pull a bunch of drones like we're seeing Jaeyun
Yeah.
do, and you can glitch the drones through the mineral patch, but it's gotta do it perfect. Arew's right on top of the drone.
Yeah,
Now
and
this
he's already got
drone's
the
gonna
first few
die.
hits. Yeah, so he's got to get another drone through there, and you can't do it with just one. You need a second one
Oh,
to glide them
I think
across.
Jaeyun got the advantage. He's gonna get the kill. Oh,
No way! What?
so this
Disgusting.
I'm not sure if he needs to glitch another drone. I think he does, but this cannon rush is gonna. Oh, he's got to get a drone down
Oh, he
pretty
fails the
quickly.
glitch. Oh, he's gonna
gotta
fail
get
another glitch.
What? This cannon's
What?
gonna get up.
No! Oh my god. Okay, well, there's no justice in the world, Nyoken.
Yes, so this cannon is gonna get up. It's gonna kill a drone. I'm not sure if these pylons will block Lings, but regardless, this is damage that Jaeyun didn't necessarily want to take. And Arew, he is probably feeling devastated about losing his probe. Now he probably doesn't feel that bad.
First of all, you almost never see like cannon rushes like this. It's so hard to kind of pull the wool over the Zerg's eyes, and then also to see it go up and be successful in this crazy way. You lose the probe, but the cannon barely kills the worker. Damn, wow, this has to be a little bit heartbreaking for Jaeyun. His back's up against the ropes. This is the elimination match from Group A, BSL Season 6, so, I mean, he's got to find a way. He's going to try to break through, but, oh, wow, I didn't realize that wasn't tight. Sick. Lings are great. But even still, that's probably not enough Lings, right? Yeah.
Oh
Cannon
my
survives.
gosh. One hit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but
Wow.
that's a lot of damage to take. Those Lings that he just built, he'd prefer to have them be drones at this point in the game. Meanwhile, Jaeyun, he is taking a hatchery at bottom right. Based on this position, this is going to go most likely into split map scenario. Normally, if they're going to go for mass hydras, he would have taken either the mineral only or mid right.
Yeah.
But Arew, of course, doesn't know that yet, but he has sent out another probe. He's going to check to see what's going on. But everything's
Is there
so
a
far
world where you
so
can
good.
slide behind there and build more cannons?
I think the Ling would kill it. I can't see that. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, you could pylon glitch through the pylon and the minerals right there, and then get a cannon down, and the one Ling couldn't kill it fast enough, right? Maybe? I don't know. Wishful
I don't
thinking
know.
on my
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, but we've got standard play coming out from both players so far. Arew just transitioning into that cybernetics. Gas going up for Jaeyun. This time, his gas is extremely delayed. Remember, last time we had about a 230 extractor. This time, this is something like a 415 extractor. So his build is way late. Even putting down a fourth hatch before getting any gas mined.
Wow. I mean, Jaeyun, we call him Hatchery Man, right? So he's really going to go for it. I'm guessing there's a fifth hatch coming down here in the near future, but he's going to get some drones out here eventually and also clear off these pylons. So finally the pylons are going to go down, but this is going to be a lot of hatcheries, a big macro econ behind this. And I mean, he's not going to die immediately to like +1 speed lots, but they'll be there eventually.
Yeah, he's going to have a humongous amount of production. So many hatches available to him. The thing is even though he's got a lot of production, because when you have so much hatches, how many hatcheries, and you're droning so hard, sometimes Protoss gets like just too big of an army for you to overcome in the mid game. So that's why you see Zergs building up their Hydra count a little faster than, droning to 100. They've got to match the Protoss army because it really does start snowballing really hard. So I am still worried for Jaeyun here, even though he has a lot of production, that maybe Arew, once he gets going, Jaeyun might never, ever be able to catch back up.
I mean, he's in a good spot for now, but you're right. Catching up after that would be a tall order. So let's see.
I'm looking at the Hydrogen for Jaeyun back at the natural. We've already got speed being upgraded. Means we're probably going to be looking to put on some pressure. He does have the layer completed at bottom right. I wonder what is it? Where's the spire? It's got to be a spire somewhere. But the fact that he has speed makes me think he's going to go for a bust.
I mean, yeah, you would expect that, but I don't know if he's. I mean, let's see. What are the bustable possibilities, right? is he just gonna go like straight through with just Zerglings? I mean, there's 3 cannons. The Overlord's gonna see that.
Yeah, Arew's already set up for this. He's got 3 cannons. He's got that good zealot count. He's got his 4 gates coming down. He's got speed halfway done. This is looking like similar to what we just saw on Sylphid, where we're going to go for a bust. But at least this time, Jaeyun already has 5 hatches set up, so he's not completely all in here. But this
Well,
doesn't look like it's going to work.
Well, that's what's weird is he only actually has 4 hatcheries. He's just now building the 5th one, but usually you see the 4th and 5th hatcheries kind of built at the same time, right? So that right about now that 5th hatch is kicking in and you can get all that production. But instead, he built a big round of hydras. And so I think what this is going to be is not like a fake, but he's going to try to sell to Arew that this is a way heavier commitment than it actually is because he's doing nothing but droning and getting extra bases behind this.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it, because we only see 8 or so Hydras. Meanwhile, there comes huge amounts of drones being produced from him. He's got his 5th hatch going up. He's got a 6th hatch going up for split map. But Arew, he's already out on the map. He's got 8 zealots here. They're going to be able to clean up these Hydras pretty easily. So Arew's looking to get some damage done. If this Sair can see bottom right, I think that's going to trigger an expansion pretty quickly from Arew.
Well, I mean, there are already Zerglings spread out. Good job there by Jaeyun to get the map information at the other bases. But he's got to just not die to this. Like, we've seen Zealots run him over before, and now there's actually even 4 more coming through. So this is just a ton of man-lots out on the map, and there's only a few tiny little Hydralisks trying to hold him off.
Yeah, there's a lot of zealots out, and I'm looking at the natural from Jaeyun. He's got 3 Sunkens, but the Sim City could be a little better. I'm worried that this attack to the net might kill him.
Yeah, he's only got a small number of Hydras, and he needs to run, not fight with them. A few getting picked off here, and let's see if this is enough. He might need to pull drones here to glitch out the Zealots, and yeah, finally he is going to be forced to pull those. Can he get some good glitching going off so that these Sunkens can kick into high gear? It looks like, yeah, the Zealots are actually glitching out quite a bit here, so I think Jaeyun is actually going to hold pretty well.
Yeah, Jaeyun's going to hold this very easily. Didn't even lose a single Sunken, but he did lose a lot of mining time with these drones. Wow, look at the drone control. Just amazing. That's 11 Zealots lost for almost nothing from the Zerg. And remember, this is Drone Man. He's got 6 hatches. His supply is going to start skyrocketing. He had low Hydra count in the beginning, which is kind of what I was worried about. But now he's reset the Zealot count. He's going to drone probably to 80. And he'll be able to catch up very fast. A 7th hatchery in his main. He's going to explode.
Yeah, and not in the bad way. This is exploding in the good way. But wow, what a drill. Those his were truly the drills that would pierce the heavens there. I've never seen such overwhelming odds overcome by drones. It just goes to show you that if you don't think that you have a big effect on the world around you, even you, small drone though you might be, can actually save the world one drill at a time. So, wow, Jaeyun, he keeps his base alive. He's got tons of hatcheries. And, man, Arew actually might be in a really rough spot here because he doesn't have a 3rd base up yet.
Yeah, I really thought that attack, well, he didn't see bottom right, so Arew still might not think that this is 4 base. He might still think this is 3 base. Unfortunately, the Sair never scouted it. So because of that, what could have been a 3rd base for Arew, now that he lost his Zealots on top of that, he's kind of worried about taking a 3rd base. He really did have an opportunity to do that. But now we're seeing him put down 6, 7 gates because he knows he's got to rebuild his army. But meanwhile, look at Jaeyun. We've got 9 hatches for him. He's got 2 more going at bottom right. This might be a little excessive at this point.
Is that not too many hatcheries? Like, I mean, I know that's like asking a Terran player if he has too many factories, but like, eventually there will just be some lonely larvae out there that just can't be used.
Yeah, he's not using a lot of the larvae at the bottom side of the map, but if he could get his saturation a little better at his 3rd and his 4th, we're already, wow, the 4th is already perfectly saturated. So is the Nat. Main is almost perfectly saturated. He's almost got perfect saturation at the 10-minute mark. That's great. But this big attack is coming from Arew probably within the next few seconds. We even see a shuttle out. A lot of time that's going to be a Reaver, but it's loading up DTs. And while this big fight happens on the middle of the map, maybe this DT counter drop could get Arew back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, that would be certainly a great way to do it. But you always got to be careful because like once you show this, then you know that's it. It's essentially the most potent when you first try to go for it. So let's see what's going on here. There's a sneaky DT at the 6, but here comes the drop. I'm waiting. Let's see. So I think he's just going to attack. I thought he had sniffed the drop out and was going to go intercept it with the Hydras, but it looks like that drop is actually going to make his way all the way into the main. There's actually 2 Scourge here. They're coming out for the Corsair, and they're going to get the Corsair. No! What? Okay, they will get it. They flew by, but 1 DT gets into the main.
Yeah, and this is going to trigger Jaeyun to move all the way back to his base. DT get cleaned up pretty fast, actually. So that did nothing, but at least the shuttle is still alive. He'll be able to redrop. But I am still kind of worried for Jaeyun because Arew's getting big. But as I say that, I see lurkers coming out for Jaeyun, so this is a perfect timing for him. And meanwhile, Arew taking his third base, but this is Circuit Breaker, a third base at the mineral only. Not really ideal for Protoss. They really want to get mid-left or top-middle if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Arew's just going to try to take it easy. He recognizes that he hasn't really been able to do any damage so far. So if he tries to push too aggressively or take one of the 12 or 9 bases, maybe that would be too hard to defend. But yeah, you're right. He does need that extra gas because like that's the real slingshot, right? When you're trying to get your big late game like Archon balls or Storms up or whatever you need critical mass of, you just got to have an extra gas, and main and natural isn't just going to cut it.
Well, here comes the big +2 timing that Protoss always do, and while he's doing that, we see the shuttle coming back into the main. He's just trying to draw the units out of position for Jaeyun. If he can create an opening, which it seems he might have. Oh, never mind. There's so many Sunkens and so many lurkers.
Okay, well, that is not going to work, my friend. I mean, the Storms are good, but yeah, there's just way too many Sunkens here.
But he's still going. I mean, he's killing a lot, but we're also we lost every single Zealot. Now all that's left are Dragoons. But does he have enough Dragoons to bust through here? All the Sunkens are going down, but look at the huge reinforcements from Jaeyun in the back.
Oh, I think he actually might have wanted to go across the bridge there. I mean, he's got so many Hydras. Oh, he's going to try to counterattack and either cut off reinforcements or crush this new third base that's, pretty undefended. I mean, I guess the 4th is actually the most undefended, but these Hydras are going to intercept and take everything out in their way.
Oh, a huge storm!
Whoa, no way. All right, and there's DTs here with no Overlords, so eventually, wow, what a great way to clean that up.
But look at the supplies. They just plummeted for Arew, and now Arew, he's double expanded. He's really spreading himself thin, especially going up against the Zerg player that already has 10 hatches. Jaeyun really didn't lose that much. He lost a hatchery, but it was already an excessive amount of hatches, and now he knows that Protoss just traded their whole army. Jaeyun can put on the pressure now.
Wait, Jaeyun has no Overlord. The DT's gonna kill everything. Okay, finally he gets another Overlord. I think Speed just now finished, or maybe it was up a while ago. But he's got an Overlord now. So he's safe from Cape Boy.
Yeah, so Protoss has a lot of Dragoons still left over, but the issue here is I'm not seeing any Templars. All of them have died. There's not any out on the map. Jaeyun just has so much, but is it enough to break through? I don't think just yet. Fortunately for Arew, Jaeyun doesn't know about mid-left. It's totally exposed at this point.
Yeah, he could just walk down there. I think the only bad part about walking down there is that maybe you make yourself a little bit vulnerable to storms killing you as you come back up the ramp. But I think he is going to just run right over there and kill it. Yeah, he's going to scout it out. Wait, what?
He hasn't scouted it yet. He doesn't know. He's going to keep the pressure on the 3rd. I don't think this is a terrible choice. There's still no storm available. The Dragoon army is very crazy, but the lurker count is getting scary too. We've got 3. Oh no, Arew can't come across the bridge like this. He's just going to get sandwiched.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's got some storms, so maybe he can bust through with those. He's going to try to snipe the High Templar. He gets one of them. The second one is going to head back with not enough energy for storm. So yeah, Arew cannot bust out over those bridges just yet. I mean, he's going to try. These lurkers burrowing is just going to make that so hard to do.
Yeah, and look, 2 lurkers are keeping Arew back in his base. Meanwhile, Jaeyun found mid-left, and this is killed immediately. Meanwhile, Jaeyun taking some more bases. What are his upgrades? He's already at 1-1. He almost has +2 weapon on his Hydras. He's going to be up in upgrades versus Protoss, and Arew's feeling the pressure because we see a probe coming to take top middle, but Overlord's perfectly positioned. It's going to see the Nexus.
No way. Wow. Jaeyun's scouting, like his spread on Zerglings and Overlords, is just so good. And it's getting him bonus information like this. He's gonna see that 12 come down, and you might even actually see the attempt at retaking the 9 o'clock base as well. But he's got some Hydras stationed there to take that out if that is gonna happen. So wow, well I guess this is it. Arew is gonna try to take and hold this 12 o'clock base, and if he can't, then Jaeyun might just get himself back in this series.
Yeah, so Arew's army still very strong. He's got +3 weapon now. He's already getting armor. He's got a huge army, but for me, this is the point in the game where Jaeyun starts getting really scary because he's going to have so much production kicking in at this point. He's already set up on his side of the map, and now Arew is relegated really to the top left quadrant. He can't move out anywhere. It's going to be very difficult for him to get back into this game. He really needs to start harassing, and as I say that, we see a shuttle coming in to top right, but the vision for Jaeyun, he just sees everything. Shuttle is going to get intercepted immediately by Scourge.
Oh man, there's just Arew just can't, get a break here. I mean, the shuttle gets intercepted. I mean, 3 Zealots is still a little bit scary, but there's plenty of Hydras there to defend back in the main. So wow, I mean, can anyone stop Hatchery Man? He is just pumping off of, like, I think we're up to 11 hatcheries now. Wait, I guess, are we still at 9? Sorry, I can't even count. There's 4 hatcheries down at the bottom right. So it's like 4, 5, let's see, 6, 7.
Yeah, he's got 10 hatches right now.
Jesus Christ.
He's even taking bottom left, but he's not even taking the base. He's building this hatchery on the high ground. He's probably just going to spam Sunkens there because he knows that he can just starve out Protoss, but Protoss going for a big counterattack. But there's just so much supply for Zerg. Big storm on top of a bunch of lurkers. There's a lot of Hydras out of position to bottom left. Why are they over there? Arew, is he just going to find the perfect opportunity to bust Jaeyun?
What? I mean, these lurkers are going to be really good. Let's see how many storms there are. There's 3 more storms, 4 more. So he should be able to storm through the forces that are here, but it's about the reinforcements coming from those like 6 hatcheries down at the bottom half of the map. So with these Hydras coming through, I mean, these are scary units. They are +1, or they're 2-1 upgraded. And if they can flank and maybe snipe some of these High Templar, then maybe that's a good way to hold on here, because this bust is actually working pretty well for Arew, but I think he's just going to lose everything instead.
Oh my god, those lurkers in sunken spots, so much time. Supplies plummeting for Arew. Jaeyun also losing a lot of supply, but I think he may not hold. These Archons are coming up. What? I'm seeing just pure Ling. Arew might bust through here. There's nothing really for Jaeyun. He's streaming single file across the map. Not even a Nidus here. Is Arew doing it?
It certainly looks that way. It would appear as if he found the one kind of, crack in Jaeyun's armor here, and it's going to pile through. Now, finally, some lurkers get through there. They've got a burrow, but as soon as they do, they're going to get stormed to death. So, wow, this is just so sick by Arew, able to somehow bust through and take this natural expansion out.
Yeah, the natural has been compromised, but I'm worried that Arew's taking a little too long to get across the map. Now we're seeing a huge Ling flood of Hydras, but a big storm! The Archons are still alive. Look at this hero with 23 kills. He thinks he's Jordan. He's killing everything.
Oh my god, what a hero. This is so crazy. Can anything stop this Arew army? I mean, it's still going. These Archons, one of these Archons was living on 1 HP for a long time. Finally, it looks like this is going to get cleaned up as the High Templar evaporate, but damn, so much damage done with that big push.
Yeah, but I am worried, despite all the damage that Arew did, he wiped out so much. He cleared the natural, but look at what Jaeyun still has. He still has bottom right. His hive is even there. He really didn't lose that much at the nat. He lost Sunkens and a hatchery. The Spire's still alive. And I'm looking at Arew's natural. None of these probes are mining. We don't have a 5th base during all that time. Potentially Arew could have taken a 5th base, but instead he's just taking it right now, and it's going to get insta-denied from Jaeyun.
Ooh. I mean, well, that definitely doesn't feel good. Also, we still haven't figured out what this bottom left-hand hatchery is for. Currently, it's for making Zerglings, but maybe he'll start the Sunkens. And I think that this is going to be sort of the long-term game plan from Jaeyun, is to kind of choke Arew out. But I mean, if he falls prey to another one of those like big concentrated sort of dagger-like pushes that Arew has had so much success with, then I mean it's not over yet. Even though there is a substantial, map advantage for Jaeyun, he's still down 40 supply.
Yeah, Arew, his supply is massive. He desperately needs to get mid left. He's got map control at this point. Maybe he doesn't recognize that Jaeyun is still playing defensively, but if he did, he definitely needs to get bottom left. There's a Ling drop coming to the natural for Arew, but I don't think this is really going to do anything. Oh no, it's just going to sit there and wait. But regardless, remember this was essentially all lair tech from Zerg the entire time. Now it's going to get scary for the Protoss player because we've got Hive Tech Lings kicking in. We see Mass Lurkers. Where's Defilers? I know the Defiler Mound is somewhere. I haven't seen that yet, but regardless, Crackling's going to be coming in. And I'm getting scared because we don't have any shield upgrades. We only have +1 armor, and Cracklings are just going to melt everything.
Yeah, no, it's actually, I'm glad you pointed that out because I think a lot of people just think shield upgrades are totally worthless. They're only really good if you have carriers, then maybe you get one. But no, they're actually really good at stopping cracklings for just running you over and chunking through your buildings. But as is, like these cracklings are they're destroying everything in their path. Nothing can stop them. And I don't know how Arew is going to hold on here because if he tries to push out with another one of those huge pushes, the cracklings just get dropped in his main and he loses everything.
Yeah, we don't see a big drop from Jaeyun just yet, but he potentially could. Arew, he's just patrolling around the map. This is what I see a lot of. What happens to a lot of Protoss players at this point in the game is they can't attack anywhere. But you see their supply; they're almost max. It's kind of like, what do you do as Protoss? I feel like Arew's got to take bases, or he's got to start spamming Reavers or something. I'm trying to click around. Do we see Reavers anywhere? I see a support bay at his third base, but I don't see a single Reaver anywhere. A Reaver could really help him bust something, but it's just not out on the map right now.
Yeah, you have to have some way of dealing with mass cracklings. Otherwise, I mean, you just get 10 control groups and run them across the map, and it's like, well, what do you do? So a lot of times in the mid game, it's Storm, but later on, you've got to have, I mean, mixing your Reavers is just so good. So, are we going to see anything like that? Yes. Okay, no, I saw the Evolve Plague upgrade. Looks exactly like the Reaver Scarab damage upgrade. It's like almost exactly the same icon. So I got my hopes up that there were Reavers on the way, but it's actually just Plague coming through.
Yeah, so now Arew has got mid-left going up. He's got enough map control that I don't think this is going to get denied at this point. But he still does not know about bottom left just having sunken spammed. So this is probably going to be the only bases that Arew can get in this game unless he can take out bottom left pretty quickly. Meanwhile, his army is very strong. He could do that. But yeah, really just Jaeyun, he's just solidified everywhere. We've even got Dark Swarm at the natural now. Yeah. Protoss can't attack anywhere. The Protoss is max, so he can't build Reavers. So it's, I hate this position when I'm playing Protoss.
I mean, to be fair, the Protoss army is, all of it works under Dark Swarm. Like, you've got Strong Zealots, DTs, Storm, and Archons. So you're going to be able to pile through there. But, I mean, Lurkers just get so much stronger and stronger. These are 2-3 Lurkers. So, ooh, that's just going to be so bad. Look at that Plague. All of those Zealots got smallpox now, and this is not going to work.
Yeah, and like, oh my gosh, that's a long time ago. Blizzard made a change to the Zealot. The Zealot used to be 80-80. Now it's 60 shields, 100 health. So Plague just knocked off more than half of the health of a Zealot here. And remember, Arew doesn't have shield upgrades, so this armor upgrade is not really going to help any of his plagued units because they've got no health to begin with.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nyok. And man, what do you do as a Protoss? I feel like Protoss, versus Zerg, their armor, their units just kind of like, become less and less valuable. Versus Terran, their units become less and less valuable. Versus Protoss, well, maybe I guess that's the only matchup where their units kind of last. But like for Arew, he's got to figure out some way to make this work because it feels like Jaeyun is kind of choke slamming him at this point.
Yeah, now here's a unit we don't see often. We've got a Dark Archon out on the map.
Damn.
Most likely for Maelstrom. Could be for mind control. I've seen a few mind controls. What if he mind controls a Lurker or mind controls a Defiler and just plagues all of Zerg's units? Oh, we're going in top of Dark Swarm. I don't know about this.
I mean, like I said, this does work under Dark Swarm, but we'll see what this Dark Archon can do. Where either there's a giant Maelstrom or he tries to mind control like a key unit. Actually, there's a bunch of drones just sitting there in the front, so if he grabs one of those and comes back, that's 400 supply.
Look at how fast these zealots are dying. They're almost all
No
dead.
way!
Where's the observer?
Does he not have an observer? Oh, it deals, he has only one, and it might actually die here. Yeah, it goes down.
So now it doesn't have any vision of the lurkers. Fortunately for him, he still got stormed. This lurker's going to go down, and Jaeyun's going to lose this base. Look at supplies for Arew. He's doing a good job with his macro. Just insane macro from Arew. I'm checking all of his robotics, the whole one or two that he has. Finally a Reaver at mid-left. Gonna start finally mixing in those Reavers. That was a big pickoff. That's a lot of econ lost for Jaeyun. We look at the bottom right base for Jaeyun, that fourth and third base. It's almost mined out. It's similar to the game of Jaeyun versus SPX. He's had it for a long time, but he hasn't really been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, wow, somehow Arew always manages to find a way. Now, this is not going to work out for Jaeyun trying to take out any of Arew's bases. He's just too solid back at home. So, what do? Do you just like spam bases, go Sauron Zerg, and just try to overwhelm your opponent? You've been talking about how good Arew's macro has been, but Jaeyun's macro has actually kind of taken a hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jaeyun or Arew should do here. I think Arew's doing exactly what you need to do. Take bases while building Reavers. He's trying to put on more pressure to top right. And he's got a DT drop to bottom left. He's decided that Jaeyun has had bottom right for so long that he doesn't need to kill that base anymore. This attack at the top is not going to work, but here come those DTs. This is going to shut down the base. And this is what Arew needs to do. He needs to get bottom left.
Yeah, all right, wow, sick. DTs find a way, and they are going to take down that base. And actually, let's see, can they get anything else? They could run up and take out these Defilers. So he's going to try to plague the DTs and take them out.
Another plague.
Oh, he's going to get 2 Defilers? No way!
Oh, did he kill 2 Defilers? Wow, he killed both the Defilers at bottom left, and bottom left really doesn't have that much to... Well, there's a Nidus here, so I take that back. Oh, the Storm drop at bottom right!
No, my God, that's a lot of drones to lose, but he doesn't catch the majority of the drones leaving, so...
Look, what does Jaeyun have to mine with? Main's mined out. Natural saturation is non-existent. Third is mined out. Fourth is close to mined out.
And DT's still killing units down there in the bottom left.
Oh my gosh, what a hero. I mean, Arew still has decent amount of minerals at mid left. His third base is not saturated the greatest, so even that has a decent amount. The top middle is going to be mined up, but Jaeyun's essentially not mining at this point.
How do you go from like 10, 11 hatcheries to not mining? I mean, I guess you're going to mine out pretty quickly anyway. Also, I'd like to point out the third base is dying to 1 Archon, so you got to take care of that eventually.
Yeah, that Archon, 11 kills already. But what does Jaeyun do from here? Arew, again, he's already maxed. He's going to take this mineral only on Jaeyun's side of the map. I don't think Jaeyun can really deny him from getting it. And I think Arew's army is just flat out too big for Jaeyun to even stop. Oh, this Defiler, the plague. Another huge plague.
Ooh. I mean, plagues are good, but like I said, all of this stuff works. He could just run through. Does he have an observer, though? I don't see one.
Well, I thought that Arew might be able to run in there, but this combination of plague, just nonstop with lurkers under Dark Swarm, denying the damage coming in from the Dragoons, Zealots are just going to get melted so fast.
Yeah. Whew, man, what a crazy game. Actually, right now, Arew is expanding to the inner third at Jaeyun's main. So, damn, we're really seeing so many bases mined out here. I mean, this is Circuit Breaker. It's one of the most mineral-rich maps in the current map pool. So, we're gonna really go in the distance, and the tech is continuing to increase. We're having a bunch of Reavers be built. We're loading up double Reavers in the shuttle that heads out across the map.
Oh, no, it's gonna run into Scourge. It's gonna run into Scourge. Don't do that.
Oh,
what?
Scourge are the worst units.
Oh my gosh, this could be the nail in the coffin, because I don't think there's really any counterplay to the Reaver. Oh, this Defiler, man. Every time you look at it, he's going out in there. He's just laying down the ketchup. And that's going to trigger Arew to start attacking now. Oh, the shuttles are so low.
This is actually crazy how much value Jaeyun's getting out of these Defilers. I mean, they are just really good units.
The Reavers aren't firing. We don't have an observer.
Yeah, he actually only had one observer and now finally is gonna be able to move forward. Wait, where is his observer? I mean, I know they're invisible, but a plague on the Reavers, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but now he has nothing really to hit the Reavers. They can just shoot from... Oh,
They
what
might
are they
actually
doing?
hide a lurker
They're move
spine.
commanding. One just died.
Well, the other one has about one lurker spine worth of health left, so...
There's no zealots here.
Oh no, there's a lurker in the back! It's gonna burrow! It might actually kill off the lurker! Oh my god!
What just...
Jaeyun!
We just
What?
watched the Root's whole army melt there. The Reavers really didn't do anything. Their AI bugged out. So Jaeyun's going to hold. And look at Arew's money now. He's mined out at top middle. Third base is close to being mined out. Mid left still is pretty good. But he is down to one base. And Jaeyun has got bottom left mining. So both players very crippled in econ. But a little bit better mining for Jaeyun at this point.
This is so crazy for me. The sentence you just said, like there's better mining for Jaeyun right now. I'm like, just like, how? Like, what are we doing here? I mean, so Arew did just get up a new mineral only, so he can spam zealots. Those get pretty good. Let's watch this Dark Archon. What is this guy up to here? Is he gonna mind control this Defiler? Whoa, did he get it?
Another huge plague. All these zealots, look at them just insta-die. Dark Archon died even, didn't even get off feedback on the Defiler or nothing. Arew's just suiciding zealots into these lurkers, and this is letting Jaeyun get back into the game. Meanwhile, Arew has a big counterattack to bottom middle, going to shut down this base. But Jaeyun's taking the mineral only at bottom right, and this is most likely going to survive. So we've got 2-base Arew versus 2 or 3-base Jaeyun. Still, Arew's trying to make this work, but this attack to the natural just flat out is not working.
Dude, how good are Defilers, Nyoken? As a Terran player, I feel like you can really identify with that.
There was a point in Zerg versus Terran, like 12 years ago, nobody used the Defiler. And this is also the time when Muta control started coming into play. Let me tell you, to go from not having Muta control and Defilers to all of a sudden having both, you felt like it was impossible to win the game. They're so difficult to deal with.
Oh man, well Arew is just kind of funneling things into a meat grinder over and over again. Oh, is he finally gonna bust through with these Reavers? I think finally these Reavers are really actually gonna get quite a bit of damage done.
Yeah, the bottom left Reaver dropped. Both their shuttles going down, but he did manage to unload these 2 Reavers, but they're gonna die. So this base is still gonna be up for Jaeyun. He's already got like 20 drones mining there.
Yeah,
what can Arew do?
Whew, I mean, yeah, eventually Arew is going to have to get another source of gas. He's mining from 2 mineral onlys, and then the gas that he has there's only one of them at the 9 o'clock. So yeah, he's gonna have to try to make a concentrated push somewhere, and it looks like he's gonna head down to the bottom left or bottom right rather. I don't know if this is really the right decision. I feel like that bottom left is really the kind of the lifeblood that Jaeyun is living off of.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to break bottom left. He might be able to deny this low ground base. But what else? He's not getting up that ramp, that's for sure. He might be able to deny this mineral only. I think that would be his best choice, trying to deny the mineral only. But he's decided he's going to go for the bottom left corner. Now this hatchery will die, but not a huge loss. Meanwhile, it's made him exposed at his mineral only at top right. There's only a Reaver and couple Zealots to defend.
We'll see. There's a bunch of High Templars moving over there, but I'm glad that Arew is kind of pulling back. You can try to storm your way through Lurker Eggs on a ramp, but probably just wanting to not force the issue here. Gonna sweep down and maybe try for the bottom right here. Man, what is going on here? This is actually such a crazy game. I had no idea we were gonna get to this point, Nyoken. What, like, Arew's at maxed out. He's got sick, crazy upgrades. He's got a great army comp, basically infinite storms, and he still can't make a dent in Jaeyun.
Yeah, I think we don't have enough Archons at this point. We have so many Templars, but no Archons. Like our standing army is kind of just dying unless we have Storm. So he's storming like crazy, but I don't think this is enough. Look, the Lings are just going to clean up what's left over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these storms are actually so good. They are, like I said, basically infinite. He's still got like 4 more left. But yeah, you're right. Dark Swarm and Lings should be able to roll in here. He doesn't have that many storms.
Unfortunately, this time when Arew attacked, we didn't have Reaver mixed in. I think that could have been what changed the tides, but because we lost it at that drop on bottom left, I'm trying to check, do we have any Reavers anywhere? They are at mid left, but other than that, not really any Reavers out on the map.
Yeah, there's one at the mineral only at the upper right hand base, wedged between the minerals. Another plague on the probes. Well, those will die instantly if anything damages them. But let's see if you can get a Dark Swarm on that mineral line. Yep, there it is.
So this Nexus might go down. No, the Reaver Zealot too strong right now. But I think Jaeyun's done it. He's weathered the storm of Arew. He's got bottom left completely mining. He's gonna get this low ground base. It just seems like,
Right as you said, weathered the storm. He lost all the Zerglings trying to attack under that Dark Swarm to a storm. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they need like little Zergling umbrellas because he's not able to break that base just yet.
Yeah, now I'm seeing a lot more Archons coming out for Arew. I feel like this is what we needed a little bit earlier. Way too Zealot heavy. Now, I think it's just a little too late now. Jaeyun's just too big. This mineral only, maybe it's not going to go down, but I feel like it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, he keeps mixing in these Dark Archons, and I feel like unless your name is like best, you're not using Dark Archons is you know, they say hit or miss, but I think it's mostly miss because I haven't really seen them do anything this game.
Yeah, this game, Dark Archon not really doing much. We haven't seen a single Maelstrom. I haven't seen any feedback. He's going again for it. I mean, the Nexus is alive. Well, is it going to go down here? It might go down. 2 hits, 1 hit.
One more. Imagine if your buildings, when they got to low HP, healed instead of burning down from damage, Nyoken.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Yeah. Good race. Anyway, continual plagues over and over again. Nice feedback does finally kill that Defiler, so good job, Dark Archon. You did it.
Yeah, so this Nexus, it's dead. And so now we're essentially, well, we've got half a base for Arew. This is also, not only does this kill a base, okay, we've got a drop to bottom left for Arew. Double Zealot Bomb, but then one of them gets insta-killed.
Okay, well, yeah, Scourge are good, and there's Lings and Hydras there to defend. Damn.
Yeah, so what I was going to say was, Arew, all of his attention is at top right. So that means, as Jaeyun, you can start taking the whole map. Like, that's where Arew has to defend. If he leaves at any point, that base is going to die. That's his only mining base. So, Jaeyun, I think he's done it. And because of that, Arew, I guess, is feeling obligated that this is probably his last stand. It's going to be too difficult for him to actually do anything while also defending top right. And because of that, we see a huge push going to bottom left. But there's just too much here. There's endless lurkers. Defilers are here. We've seen the non-stop plagues. And we've got Nidus here, so Jaeyun can reinforce at will.
Yeah, and Jaeyun's got a sick bank, or at least gas bank, so he is still going to be able to reinforce with a ton of Defilers. He's got a Greater Spire out now, so probably some Guardians coming through to live up to their name eventually. And wow, what a way to play this game.
Oh,
There's another sick
Defiler!
plague. Whoa!
It
Man,
hit.
these plagues are so insane.
How much damage was that? That's like 500 damage. Hit the Reaver also, so the Reaver's gonna get killed very quickly. And the front Reaver that had full health insta-dies. Another plague.
Make it stop. Make it stop, Nyoken. I gotta get out of here. This is too much value. Wow, so you know, a valiant attempt with a maxed out Protoss army. He's done 3-2-1 upgrades, but it just doesn't matter if it gets plagued and becomes totally useless.
Yeah, so Jaeyun has lost the low ground base, but doesn't matter because the high ground base remains. Arew's pushing up here, but look, top right is getting counterattacked. This is what I was saying. When you move all your army to bottom left, it's going to expose top right. So he's got a base. What is Arew going to push through? Jaeyun, if he loses his base, his only mining base is the mineral only. It's almost mined out also.
This is so crazy. Like, Can we just appreciate this beautiful tapestry that's being painted before our eyes? Wow. I think Arew has actually expended too many units. He's only on 100 supply, and he's down in supply for one of the first times this game. So I think Jaeyun's done it.
I think Jaeyun has also done it. Arew has no money at this point. We've got even supply. Unless Arew can have the best trades on the planet, which Jaeyun is not allowing him to have with these constant plagues. I think this is going to be any moment now that Arew taps out. We're not mining. Well, we are mining barely. There's only 4 patches left. And Jaeyun's got about, how many patches? 20 or so.
Wow. All right. Well, I think, yeah, this is kind of the beginning of the end. The Muta switch, probably into Guardians eventually, is going to really allow Jaeyun the agency he needs to harass this mineral line and take out, like you said, the last remaining mining for Arew.
This Muta instantly finds an observer, and every observer going to be critical for Arew. He's gas starved. This is probably going to be his last stand. He's got a decent sized army, but again, this is pure zealot. Oh, even going to pick off the Templar.
Ooh, that storm was pretty good, but he avoids. Oh, the second one does hit the mutas.
Oh,
but
there's 2 Reavers in there.
oh my God, no way. Okay, well he picks off one. Gotta avoid. Oh man, that Archon hit almost just killed every muta. Okay, I think it's about time, my friend. He's only got 4 left, and he picks off one of the High Templar. He's gonna get a second one. Oh my God, these mutas are so good. Wow, Jaeyun the God.
Yeah, this has got to be it. The Mutas can just kill everything on their own. Is it going to be Guardians? I'm trying to find the Spire. Okay, he does have Greater Spire.
Yeah, there it is. 4
There
Guardians.
are the Guardians, and there's going to be no counter.
Well, I mean, there's what, like 15 zealots running down to the bottom left. Darkstorm does not stop those, but lurkers do. And there's a lot of those there to defend. So I think Arew, yeah, what's he gonna do?
Well, I think this is it. This is one of the craziest games I've seen on this map. We almost have a mined out circuit breaker map. Almost. A lot of the map mined out. At least the full quadrant of Arew at top left. Almost the bottom right full quadrant. The Jaeyun mined out in the bottom left. Here comes a big attack from Arew, but really this base isn't even important to Jaeyun. He's just going to kill all his zealots, and there is the GG. Whoa, Jaeyun barely holding on.
Wow, I mean, that game was 41 minutes 26 seconds on circuit breaker. We almost mined out that entire map. What a sick game. We had 350,000 minerals or resources mined there. Or no, it's almost 100,000 mined there by Jaeyun. Just what on earth? Oh, so sick. Well, he definitely deserved to win that in the end, though.
Yeah, that was fantastic defense from Jaeyun the whole game. Arew, I thought he played really well, other than getting the 5th base. I think if we took that faster and getting Reavers, that could have been... The Reavers really could have been the game changer. I felt like there was a lot of potential where, other than the lurkers, we had nothing for Jaeyun. And if we had Reavers mixed in, that could have just busted through. But unfortunate, Arew realized that way too late into the game.
Wow. Well, that is game number 2. And that means that finally we can decide who's going to win the series and who is going to be eliminated from BSL Season 6. Wow, I guess we better get right into that.
Yeah, and I think the last map is Benzene, right? So this, I feel like this is a great map for Jaeyun. It's a 2-player map. You're going to be able to get 3 base instantly. It's a, like Circuit Breaker, it's another mineral-only 3rd base, but it's an exposed 3rd base. So it's going to be a lot easier for Jaeyun to go for something like a Hydra Bust. So I'm already worried for Arew. We haven't even gotten into the game yet.
I too am worried. I'm more worried because I'm a little bit sick and my voice is like starting to give out. So if we just have like 2 more 3-game series, like I don't know if I'm really down for 15 games of StarCraft. It's weird because you go from like ASL that has like 5 best of 1s, so that's guaranteed 5 games. Then you hit KSL, which has 2 best of 5, so that's a maximum 10 games. Then you hit BSL, and it's like, well, you know, we might have 15 games here today, and that is just quite a bit of Brood War when games are lasting like 45 minutes like that last one. So you guys are really getting your money's worth here tonight. So wow, I guess let's go ahead and close it out. This is game number 3 from our losers match on the map Benzene between Arew and Jaeyun. So let's get into it.
Yes, so Benzene. Oh, well, first off, in the top right, we've got the Zerg player. It is Jaeyun.
And his opponent in the bottom left in the teal or malachite, whatever you want to call that color. This is Arew. Well, this is about the most opposite map that you could get from Circuit Breakers. It's a 2-player map, and it has very short rush distance comparatively. So I am hoping that we can see a little bit more of a what do we want to call that? Dedicated aggression this game. Is anything moving for you? Hello? Please respond, Nayoka.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we back?
Hello?
You are lagging out on my screen, my dude.
Yeah, I think I'm lagging out. So, restart my computer.
Okay,
It's
I
lagging
think we
pretty
might
good.
have had a. Are you back? Huh?
Hello?
Hello? Uh-oh.
I'm here, but I think it's lagging.
Guys,
Hello?
if you're out there and you're hacking Nyokin right now, then please stop.
Is it good now?
Yeah, it's actually fine now. All right, thank you very much. You listened to my beseeching words. Sick. Okay, we're back. All right, you didn't see anything.
Yes, so was lagging a little bit, but we've got Arew. Am I still lagging?
Yeah. No, you're fine.
I don't know
For
what's going
now.
on. Yeah, for now. But anyways, we got Arew going for same build. Got a very fast scout, looking like a Forge expand. Again, it's a 2-player map, so this time he'll definitely be able to get down Nexus first if he sees it is going to be some type of delayed pool, which it is because Jaeyun has already built that Overlord. It's gonna be the same build we've seen every single game so far.
Yeah. It's hard to remember the starting builds. In after 45 minutes, it's just like, well, how much does that matter? But it actually does, and it's kind of interesting because I don't see too many players do this. But this time it is going to be a 12 pool from Jaeyun, so he is kind of mixing it up a little bit here. We'll see what he does after that. And you don't really see 12 pool. It's I think one of the rarer Zerg openings because it's like, well, if you want to pool, then you want to defend with it or attack with it, and 12 pool doesn't really do either one of those.
Yeah, so Arew blocked the natural from Jaeyun. It's going to trigger a base on the low ground. Now, this base, I don't think he can cannon rush from any position, so it's still safe despite no Overlord being there. And I am pretty surprised that Arew built this forge, even though he saw that it's going to be a fast hatch build. But regardless, no cannon, so he's going to get his Nexus up pretty quickly. And what is Jaeyun going to do? This time, unlike Circuit Breaker, where he took another main. Can't really take another main on this map, so that means that we're most likely going to see some type of Hydra pressure coming in from him.
I mean, it's Jaeyun. He already has shown a propensity to do this before. And any time that you're forced to build your third far away, it makes it more vulnerable. So maybe that would also kind of trigger you to put on some extra aggression. But I mean, gas is just now finishing up, so we'll see what the idea is. And denying the probe is the biggest
Ooh.
kind of. Oh wow, okay, wow, right on time. He does take that probe out, and so I would not be a bit surprised to see, yep, two hatcheries as that third one is put down.
Yep, now this time Jaeyun does have a much faster gas than the Circuit Breaker game. Everything's standard for him other than taking his third base as his second hatch. And Arew, again, sending out another probe. Again, Protoss versus Zerg. Crucial that you scout what the Zerg is doing. They have so many viable all-ins that you have to know what's coming. You can get the game can flat out end if you guess incorrectly. So Arew smartly sending out another probe here. It has gotten around the Lings. Okay, the Lings will get back. I think we'll intercept them. But regardless, Jaeyun already has a couple Lings in position waiting. This looks exactly like the Sylphid game, and Arew might think that this is an all-in when it's actually not.
Yeah, it's weird because there's different ways that you can sell this to the Protoss player. Ooh, if this probe gets in, he might be able to see something. He's ahead of the Zerglings, so maybe he will get in and see this lair morphing.
Oh,
This
he
is
got
also
in!
interesting. Whoa, no way! Ah, that sneaky probe. Okay, well, he's gonna see the lair morphing, and obviously this is kind of a big sign. There's also some weird builds that you can go Muta in if you can build or if you can beat the Corsairs out. So that's something I think Zerg has done a few times last BSL. So there might be some weird things to happen here, but you got to kill that probe first.
Yeah, this was a humongous scout for Arew. Sees exactly what's going on. Knows it's standard. Doesn't have to put down any more cannons. It's just gonna
Oh,
make his
there's the
build.
Hydroden.
Yeah, there's the Hydrogen. Pretty standard. Well, maybe this Hydrogen is a little quicker than normal. Usually you would see a Spire coming up pretty soon. So this could be another... Oh, I guess he built it and he canceled it. And he thought Arew might have seen it, but now everything's going to be standard. It's not going to be a Soul Key-esque push. But I don't think Arew saw it, so I think this mind game that Jaeyun went for isn't really going to affect Arew at all. So everything from Arew that I'm seeing standard, we see a pretty fast Citadel. We've been seeing that a little bit more lately on maps like Whiteout and Blockchain, I think. We've seen a lot of DT builds. I think this is looking more like a DT build for Arew than any of the other games he's shown us.
Yeah, there was this build that Rain was doing for a while where he would go like +1 speed lot Archon and just roll through a Zerg player because there was nothing that they would have in time if they didn't scout it. And with a Corsair, you can deny scouting until you surprise them and it's too late. And so that was one other reason that you could see a Citadel that you wouldn't be using for Dark Templar. But I don't think that's the case this game.
Yeah, I agree that this is not going to be DT this time. If we're looking at the Nat for Arew, there's no gas, but he is going to have much faster 3 and 4 gate production. But because of this, Arew's got to get something done here, because if he doesn't, he's not going to have Templars to fall back on. He's not going to have a lot of high-tech units that the Protoss players really do need to survive the onslaught of the Hydras. So Jaeyun doesn't know this. So I am getting a little worried that Jaeyun may underestimate the incoming pressure from Arew, because we're already at 5 Zealots, and we're going to have, I think last game we had 8. This is already going to be probably about 9 or 10 when he attacks.
Yeah, this is a large number of Zealots. If you watch a lot of ASL or Korean professional StarCraft, you see like smaller numbers of Zealots come across the map, something like 4 or 5, or maybe up to 6 or 7, but 8 and higher numbers. Like this is pretty committed, because you're really trying to get something done with this, and if it doesn't work, then you just lost like 2 Nexuses worth of units. So this is if he just runs them across the map. Yeah, Jaeyun is definitely not going to see that coming.
Now, I see that we have a Muta out for Jaeyun. It's only one, though. It's probably going to be a scouting Muta. Now, we see the Zealots moving out for Arew. It's only 6, and they're pretty far ahead in front of these other 2 Zealots. And maybe Jaeyun might feel pretty comfortable only having to deal with 6. This one Muta is pretty amusing. Just in these Zealots as they run around the map.
I mean, I guess it gives you inevitability, but I'm pretty sure Zealot shields might just out-regen the damage from a Muta if they don't get hit for a while. So, yeah, I've never seen a single, like, I've seen it to kill plagued science vessels, but that's about it. So,
well, regardless, Jaeyun is already airtight at all of his bases, so this commitment to the early game Zealots are not going to work out for Arew. He's just now gotten his gas at his natural, but not mining. Again, because of that, I'm looking in his base. Templar Archive has just started. We don't have any Templars even built. They're not banking energy. I feel like this is a big failure for Arew's build so far. This one Muta still just being annoying.
Oh, he's gonna get those Zealots, man. This Muta is like a guy who's like gonna solve political problems on Facebook with image posts. He's really just gonna go out there, man. He's gonna change the world one image macro at a time. He's just gonna keep hitting those Zealots and just You know, there's that saying, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Man, this Muta, he's really embracing it. It's like, well, I just want to kill the zealots. And it's like, well, you know, you've got your work cut out for you, but I respect the hustle. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But all these zealots being made triggered a lot of units being produced by
Yeah.
Jaeyun. And zealots are pretty good, but not without support. And if Jaeyun continues to produce, but it's looking like he's not going to do that. I think, or maybe he is. Okay, he is building more Hydras. For some reason, I
Ooh.
thought he was setting up to take bottom right, but that's not a drone. That is a zealot. But regardless, these zealots are just moving around the map, not doing anything. I'm looking at Arew's build. There's DTs coming out, more zealots. Still no storm yet.
Yeah, and no storm, and that means that there's no way for these zealots to kind of break through that initial wall of hydras. Because yeah, the zealots can like run up on the hydras, but then they just pull back, and there's even more that'll flank them from the other side, and Sunken's behind them. So yeah, that's a lot of zealots to build to commit to an attack like that. They can't do anything. So wow. Whew, let's see what's gonna happen here, because for Arew, his plans have really been thwarted at every turn. Eventually he'll get Storm, and I guess that's when we get a chance to see him try something else.
Yeah, so Jaeyun is taking bottom right as expected, but he's going to be putting on the pressure because +1 range weapon is kicking in for him maybe within the next 15 seconds. And what does Arew have? We still got a lot of zealots. We've got 1 DT, only 1 Templar. It doesn't have Storm available. And all these zealots, well, I thought that they were going to get caught out here, but instead they're going to get back to their safe spot. Back at the, oh, no, they're not. That's not a great storm, kind of a whip.
Ooh, yeah, you really have to, you know, use every single one. Now, this DT is going to add some inevitability, unless one of these overlords can come up. Actually, where is the nearest overlord? Wow, there's just no overlords with this army.
Yeah, there's no overlords anywhere. I don't even know if he has speed on his... Okay, he does have speed on his overlords, but he has not recognized that there's a DT here. Meanwhile, a DT has gotten to bottom right. There's only 2 Hydras. 1 DT can definitely deal with these 2 Hydras. And
Yeah,
this...
I was gonna say they might lurker block the ramp, but it's a wide ramp, so you can't do that. So we'll see.
This 1 DT, not only will it potentially kill a lot of bottom right, but it's most likely to even draw these Hydras at the top side of the map back to bottom right. And that's exactly what Arew needs, because he needs to get this third base up. There goes
Yeah,
that
it is
DT.
actually going to draw the Hydras back. Wow, you were exactly right on that call, Nyokin. It's going to mean that Jaeyun is going to pull all the way back and give Arew a free third.
Yeah, so now Arew's in a pretty solid position. He's got multiple Templar out. They're banking energy. He doesn't have to worry about this third base getting denied. He's going to get cannons set up. I'm trying to check to see if he's got a robotics. Okay, robotics is coming in, but there's no lurkers, so there's not really any lurker threat just yet. Okay, lurkers are finally being morphed at bottom right, but regardless, I think he's going to be set up. And if he can get the third base set up and then slowly take top left, we'll be in a split map scenario for Protoss. And it's not like Circuit Breaker where it's going to be a huge map that he's forced to deny a base from Zerg. He can kind of just sit on his side of the map and just maybe trade very well with Reavers and Storm if he potentially wants to go for that. So Arew's looking like he's in a pretty good spot.
Wow, yeah, Arew has actually really kind of turned this around. That 1 DT really doing the utmost and helping get that third up safe and sound. I mean, it is still a mineral only, so it's not like it's going to solve all of Arew's problems. But the bigger thing is like, yes, you have another base. You've carved out another chunk of the map for yourself. So this is actually really, really cool. Scourge actually do take out a Corsair, so maybe limiting the scariness of that. And for Arew, he is trying to get out there, but actually, wow, another couple of Scourge taking out another Corsair. So Jaeyun's really being vigilant out on the map.
Yeah, so Benzene, unlike Circuit Breaker, even though we were talking about how Zerg does have the ability to do very crippling Hydra Bust, if we look at how Jaeyun is set up defensively now, of course there are a lot of lurkers, but unlike on Circuit Breaker where you can spam Sunkens and Spores, you really can't do that. You see where Jaeyun's lurkers are, they're way out in front. And I really do think that a lot of the pushing, a lot of times Arew's push was getting shut down was in combination with the Sunkens and Spores, but now that they're exposed, this incoming push that Arew's likely to go for does have the potential to just bust Jaeyun here.
Where are we going? Well, for Arew, I think he's just maybe going to try to hit the Wow, none of these look like great options. There's just like the sickest Sim City here at the what do you want to call that? 3:30 base, 4 o'clock base. So like, I don't know if hitting that's the best idea.
Yeah, I think he's got to go for the mineral only. It's just so open. Again, you can't build Sunkens and Spores here. Uh, it's a great spot for him to go. Likely the base is mined out, but look at all the production that's there for Jaeyun. It's 3 hatcheries, even the Hydrogen there. That'd be a nice kill for Arew, but he's decided that he's just going to move, kind of just maybe try and draw Jaeyun out. No, he's going to go bottom right. I don't agree with this. It's already so fortified.
Yeah, you're not breaking that one in. And just look at the Hydras at the base above it that can go either way. They can come down and protect the bottom base. They can attack or defend over the ramps, and they can run up and hit or defend the natural over the next set of ramps. So it's like I don't know what you do. I think you try to tech up, get another base, and really max out at 200. So for Arew, he did that really well in the last game, but he still couldn't starve out Jaeyun, and it looks like we might just be going the distance yet again.
Yeah, this looks like another split map scenario. I think Jaeyun also recognizes that taking top middle, if he can get both of these bases, it's going to force Protoss to actually do something. They're not going to be able to just camp. But here comes a big attack from Jaeyun. Templar with a ton of energy getting snipes. That's a big pickoff. But Arew, oh, are we move commanding?
Ooh, that was scary, but thankfully not. Some good storms, though, hitting all the lurkers here. He's going to save 2 of them, but still took a lot of storm damage on the rest of his Hydras. Now, this is still really scary because Arew is up in supply, and he's going to have enough storms to keep his push going. So I think it's wise for Jaeyun to pull back to his defenses and try to hold this off.
Yeah, but regardless, Arew found top middle, so this base gets denied. Arew's going to get top left going. We're going to have 4 base Protoss versus 4 base Zerg. That's a very good position for Protoss at this point. One thing that is a little bit lacking for Arew is we're still only at +1. We have missed our upgrades. A tiny bit +2 going to be coming in pretty soon. But other than that, I am liking his position. If he can get top middle also, I mean, again, he's got a great army. Just take his side of the map while he can. He doesn't need to force the issue, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Play the late game. It didn't work out last time, but if you can take your chunk of the map, get your bases, I think that'll actually put Arew in a better position than he was in last game. Because at this point, if he can just start spamming upgrades, that's exactly what Jaeyun's doing, right? He's got triple Evo, pumping upgrades nonstop. He's going up to Hive. He's just like really committing. But now we're finally just going to get a straight up attack. I don't think Jaeyun wants to fight this just yet.
Yeah, I love what Arew's doing. He's going from high platform to high platform. And if he can have high ground advantage, he's going to trade so well. I don't know about going in here, but he has an overwhelming amount of Dragoons.
He just lost 2 observers, so now he only has 1 more, and there's a ton of lurkers out. Look at these storms. Holy, yeah, whatever. That was a lot of damage. And now I think he might actually be set up to try to push through these lurkers now.
Yeah, he has so many Dragoons. What is this, 30 Dragoons? Almost no Zealots at this point. They're just going to chew through these Lurkers and Hydras. And Jaeyun, does he have enough? No, he doesn't. He's going to lose his entire army here. Oh, what? Maybe he does. There's so much coming from the top side that eventually these Dragoons might get cleaned up.
Damn, Dragoons are just good. Wow. This is so uncharacteristic. I'm watching, like, the Swarm run into just like 5 Dragoons and die. I'm just, damn. All right, so finally, the Scourge of the 7 Seas, the Dragoon, is out of there, and that means, oh, don't lose this full or this half energy High Templar. This is the scouting High Templar, Nyoken.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Arew lost a huge amount of Dragoons there, and those are pretty expensive units. It really did look like he was going to bust through, but somehow Jaeyun did survive. And if Arew doesn't get something done pretty soon, I think that Jaeyun's going to get, or if Arew doesn't get something done pretty soon, Jaeyun's taking bottom middle. We see the Hive has kicked in. We've got Adrenaline coming in pretty soon. He's got such great upgrades on his Zerg units, 1-1 and 2-1 for the Hydras. And again, Arew, we have no armor upgrades, no shield upgrades. He's just now putting down extra gates. I feel like we needed this a little bit earlier. We're only up to 10 gate now once these complete.
Man, this game is actually remarkably similar to the last one, but the difference in maps is actually pretty striking. We had a huge map in Circuit Breaker, and now we've got a two-player map here in Benzene, and I'm just like, well, we're seeing the same game. And it's really impressive that we've found two players that are so even in skill level. I would not have guessed this, but it's really cool to watch kind of the same style of game get played two totally different ways. So. Wow.
And
I
I
think we're just
like,
gonna go the distance.
yeah, I think this is going to be a long one. I also like consistently every game we see Jaeyun play, if we just look at his vision, look how much vision he has. He has 2/3 of the map. He's got vision everywhere. He's doing exactly what Arew was doing a few minutes ago with his gateway army. He's just going back and forth between the platforms. As soon as he sees an army on either side, he's just going to move all of his units in position there because he knows he can trade most effectively on the high ground. And there goes Arew, and see, we instantly see Jaeyun moving up into that position.
Jaeyun is gonna move up here not only to secure that base, but also to keep Arew contained, block off that high ground platform on the top side of the map. So if you're Arew, what do? I guess you're gonna have to try to hit the bottom side, and that new base at the 6 is coming up for Jaeyun, so that might be a good target.
So here's something we don't ever see. In the main of Arew, Arbiter Tribunal just completed.
Whoa.
So we're most likely going to see some recalls. This is a very good strategy when you're in a scenario like this. You can keep it chaotic in a position, draw all of the Zerg units somewhere, and then recall somewhere else on the map. So I do like this play. I guess Arew recognizes that on a map like Benzene, where it's going to be limited resources, he needs to trade as effectively as possible. Like, he's decided that he cannot any longer really get out onto the map versus Jaeyun, so I like this.
Yeah, the only other use could be if you try to run a bunch of Corsairs and kill all the Overlords. Obviously, cloaking's pretty good, but then the Arbiter dies to Hydras. And if you want to try Stasis, like, it's good, but you might as well just use Storm and kill the Hydras that way. So yeah, Recall is going to be really cool because you don't really see that often.
Yeah, sometimes it's your really only opportunity to get into the Zerg base. They're just always so locked down with Mass Sunken Spore, so difficult to attack into, and Recall a viable alternative. But it is going to be a while. The Arbiter takes a long time to build. It's only halfway done. That means it's got about 40 seconds left. Then we've got to factor in the energy. So this is going to be about 3 minutes from now. Expect a recall, if he even goes for recall, which he should.
Yeah, but hey, you can't get EMP'd because you're playing a Zerg player, so
that's right. You cannot get EMP'd. But it's just, look at Jaeyun. He's got the top side of the map. He's going to get, oh, we've got a big attack coming in, but we're attacking uphill. That means the Dragoons are not going to hit as well.
These Lurkers are actually pretty far back, so he's finally going to run a few of them forward. Good storms to break the initial wall. Let's see if he can break through these Lurkers from behind.
Yeah, there's just endless Lurkers. This is exactly like last game where Jaeyun just sitting behind mass Lurkers, and now Arew getting pushed back. There's a Defiler finally coming out now, and all these Dragoons that he has are going to be useless to fight all these Lurkers.
They sure are, yeah. I mean, this is sort of a weird tug of war. To see where, like, Jaeyun will try to Arew will try to break up the high ground. Jaeyun will hold it back and then try to push, but then he can't, and it just goes back and forth forever. So, I mean, I guess if you look at the map, Jaeyun has more mining bases, and he might actually be able to take the 7 o'clock base down at the bottom. So maybe that'll give him the resource edge in the long run.
Yeah, I don't know if Arew can ever get bottom middle. He's got a Zealot still stationed there. Oh man, I just clicked his units and I'm seeing that again, no shields, no armor. But here comes Jaeyun with another big attack. Tons of Lurkers. Look at all the Dragoons are just gonna be useless.
Wow, I thought that was just gonna be for Plague, but he hasn't researched Plague yet. So that is actually a really good way to blow up so many Dragoons. Gotta get back under that Dark Swarm, but it's so effective because this is such a Dragoon-heavy army composition.
Look at all these Zealots just getting crushed, and he's feeling so confident. Oh, I don't know about that. That's a huge storm on top of so many Lurkers.
I mean, yeah, but there's still just infinity Lurkers here for Jaeyun. They're going to kill every single Zealot, and the Dragoons, once again, are totally useless here.
Oh my gosh. Those Lurkers just killed so many Zealots. Oh, and now this base is potentially going to die. There's absolutely no counter to the lurkers so far. The Reaver has just started. It's not even close to being done. And he has also shown the Arbiter, and this is going to let Jaeyun get ready for it.
I mean, I guess if you, once again, if you kill off those Overlords, then yeah, the Arbiter kind of reigns supreme. But, I mean, if that's really the way that you hold on here, I don't know. Yeah, I think this base should die, right? Okay, another Storm's going to kill off all the Lurkers again. I'm pretty sure Jaeyun's lost 25 Lurkers just on this push. It's insane.
Yeah, so many Lurkers going down, but so many Zealots going down. Meanwhile, Arew really on top of his macro. He's got a ton of Zealots being remade. Jaeyun also on top of his macro. He's just streaming across the map non-stop. That Archon, I think, was the hero there, delaying so much from Jaeyun, but here comes another big reinforcement. The Reaver's out. At this point, the Reaver is out. The Arbiter is alive. That means we can cloak our units. Oh, those Scourge! Don't! They're so important. Are they gonna kill Arb? No, they did not.
Wow. Well, I mean, Cloaked Reavers are pretty good against Masslings, so...
Yeah, pretty
so
damn
hilarious.
Imagine a DT, except it does even more damage. It splashes, and you can't hit it. Like, it's just, what?
Nyokin was the guy that told the scary stories with a flashlight by the campfire at night. He's just making up the most terrifying unit combinations he possibly can. Here we go. I mean, I think the Reaver actually will get picked off there. The detection just barely in range. So wow, I think this base, is this eventually going to go down? Another Reaver pops out and survives. Sick.
I'm not sure if it's going to go down. Well, I don't know. Jaeyun just has so much production. A huge amount of links at the bottom just got made. He hasn't sent them yet.
1 HP on that Reaver.
Oh, the Plague hit everything. And this Arbiter, it has energy for recall, but he doesn't feel safe about going to use it yet.
Well, it got plagued, so it's on 30 HP. Or 30 shields, rather, 1 HP. So,
I think that this base is
going to no!
A massive plague.
That's so disgusting. I mean, we're just going to see Jaeyun plague, no matter what. Got plague on his mind. Can't ever get enough. He's just going to keep going. And I think Arew is finally starting to run out of resources. He's got basically like 2 mining bases, and they're both going to be under fire here pretty soon.
Yeah, this base at top middle is so critical for Arew. If he loses it, it's basically going to be lights out for him. Jaeyun has already got his side of the map, including one of the middle bases. So many lurkers here. It's almost impossible for Arew to ever attack into it. Also combined with Darkstorm, it's going to be another plague. Oh, it's just disgusting.
It's so crazy. Almost stormed his own observer there, but didn't, and he does need maybe one more Dark Swarm, but I think even if he just like rams Cracklings into any base he wants, it should do pretty well. Actually, he could also drop the main. Look, there's no anti-air there.
Yeah, the main is so exposed, and he knows that all the focus is at top right. That would be a great move from Jaeyun, but he also knows that if he kills this base, Arew's basically out of this game. Again, no armor, no shields for Arew. Here it comes. The lurkers are going in. The Darkstorm is a little out of position.
Are we going to do it? Did we do it? No. No, I don't think we did it. Oh, he did Scourge the Arbiter, so at least that's something. But yeah, we did not do it. Sorry, guys.
He even just ate his Defiler right there to get more energy for a plague, and he hit some more. Yeah, so we have not ended it right now, but it doesn't matter. Jaeyun's just sending non-stop across the map.
Yeah, he's just massing. He's got 16 Hydras in production at the same time. So, well, okay. I hope if you guys really just love mass Hydras attacking and dying, like, I mean, this has got to be the best game you've ever seen.
And here comes another attack from Jaeyun. This time, definitely more Hydra base. I think he's going to get it. There's a very big army for Arew.
Yeah, there's still a Reaver defending that base, so no way to break it. Damn.
Yeah, and this time, there's no lurkers here, so the Zealots are going to do very well against the Hydras. Hydras are 3/3, though, so they're going to be dishing out huge amounts of damage. But Arew's supplies are 135 to 125. That's not where you want to be as a Protoss player. And top left is about mined out at this point. Essentially, we're going to be on one base.
Wow. I mean, it's not like this game is boring because it's like non-stop action, huge plagues, tons of Hydras dying, but it just keeps going. Like eventually they will run out of minerals, but we are just really going the distance. Last game was like 45 minutes. This one's almost 30 minutes. So I think finally though, Jaeyun is really starting to dent Arew in ways that he can't recover from. He's losing a lot of high value units like Archons, High Templar, and he's just getting slower and slower at reinforcing.
Yeah, now we don't have any Templars, we don't have any Zealots, I mean, any Archons. There's only a couple Templars back at his natural. Meanwhile, Jaeyun just trading Hydras. They're so cheap for the Zerg. Also, Zerglings are 3/3, trading so well. Jaeyun, he has such map control, he can even start thinking about taking bottom middle. I'm surprised he hasn't taken it at this point.
Oh my god, one crackling did 75% of our Reaver's health bar. So that was close. Oh, he's actually sending one Zergling at a time in to kill these Reavers back here. And it's actually going to work. Wow, he got it. Damn, my man. Jaeyun really getting those value trades. I mean, not only because this is late game Zerg, but he's like plaguing a lot. He's sending in these Zergling, like crackling assassination squads. He's done basically every like value thing he can do except drop the main. But we might even be seeing that eventually.
Yeah, and what can Arew do here? We've got another lurker contained, and now it's spanning all of the bridges. That means it's going to make it impossible for Arew really to reinforce here. So this standing army he has at his 5th base is really all he's got to stop Jaeyun's constant onslaught. We see a bunch of links at the bottom of the map. This may be a drop that Jaeyun's is going for pretty soon. But Arew trying to push out with this small army. I can't imagine this getting very far. Yeah, he insta-turns around.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think we all saw how that one was going to go. Did we speed it up or something? I don't know. But yeah, we're going to hit this base harder than it's ever been hit before. No way to save it yet.
Yeah, so those Zealots, like I said, those lurkers gonna get cut off reinforcements from Arew. He's used up all his storms. It only hit 2 lurkers, not the greatest trade. Meanwhile, Jaeyun does have drones at the bottom. He's gonna start thinking about getting this base pretty soon. And Arew, look at the income. Basically mined out at top left. This is gonna be it for him. He can't defend forever. That's the thing. It'd be different if he had a standing army and he went across and attacked with a huge, but he doesn't have a huge army. He's essentially just defending the whole time, and he can't do that because Jaeyun's going to have both of the middle bases.
I mean, you say he can't defend forever. I'm watching him defend forever, so we'll see. How good are these Scarabs going to be? Not that good.
I mean, they're okay, but just... He can't get anything synced up. That's the issues. He can't get any of his units together. He's got a pretty decent sized Zealot army back at his natural and Storm, but they're never going to get there. And because of that, he's decided that his real only opportunity to do anything is he's going to counter the bottom. But when he does that, it's just going to trigger attack into the top mid from Jaeyun. This is most likely going to be the last attack. All the Reavers going down, Archons and Zealots getting killed.
Yep, I think this is going to do it. Yeah, with this base going down, Arew is really not mining anymore. He's got 2 depleted patches at the upper left, and yeah, I think Jaeyun has finally done it. And will take this series 2-1 to stay alive and eliminate Arew from the BSL Season 6. GG, Arew taps out. Jaeyun does it.
Very nicely done from Jaeyun. I personally think Arew was maybe one of the strongest in the group. Oh, what the hell? Hair's all over the place.